Good to see you again. Hey, welcome to a brand new series of Art Attack. And look at this, it gets messier. What do you think of the new music then? Good, isn't it? And the best thing is, we've still got plenty of this sort of stuff. How about an art attack to tickle the taste buds? And a big art attack to give your eyeballs a shock? And how to give your writing a medieval look? Very nice too. I'm over here. Sorry, you're going to have to come to me. Can't come to you. Call me weak, call me a coward, but I am not getting down from here. Why? Crocs. They're everywhere. The place is infested with them. Look good, though, don't they? Great on the floor, at home, swimming through your carpet. Hey, and they're simple to make in 4 easy parts. A 4-part attack. For the first part, to make your croc, draw around a plate and a saucer onto a big bit of cardboard box card. Now they need to be about 15 centimetres apart. When you've done that, use these as a guide to draw your croc's head shape. Just go around the circles and you can adjust it as you're going. And the idea is to do a slightly pointy bit behind the middle of the bigger plate. And this is your head and your snout. When you've done this, cut it out and you will have your basic head shape. And there it is. Next, you need another bit of card so that you can make the body. Cut it into an oval shape a bit bigger than the head. Now, for the tail, draw and cut out a sort of long S shape like this and fatten this out too. Make it rounded at one end and pointed at the other. So now you have all the basic parts for your carpet croc. You've got the head, the body and the tail. Next, you need to fatten him up. And for this, you just need to do a bit of newspaper sculpture. For part 2, you need to scrunch a large piece of newspaper into a big fat pillow and place it in position on the card head. And for the nose end, make a smaller pillow and stick that in place. Then pad out in between the two. Next, roll 2 small newspaper balls for eyes and put them on the top of the head. You then need to make a mould 2 bigger sausages and 2 slightly small sausages of newspaper and tape the smaller ones on near the end of the nose for nostrils and tape the bigger ones over the eyes for eyelids. Tape it all firmly into place using lots of sticky tape. So now you have your croc's head fleshed out. To fatten up the other body parts, you just use newspaper in exactly the same way. Lots of it, and lots of tape. Here's the body, and look at that, the tail. Again, nicely fleshed out there. And looking good so far. Now, to make it more realistic, how's about some scaly detail? For this part, the scaly detail, you need to use screwed up bits of newspaper. And the idea is to arrange a few of them on top of the head and just tape them into place. Use lots of tape for this. And then on the body, you need to arrange the bits of newspaper in rows and again just tape or glue them to keep them secure. And if you do the same sort of thing on the tail, you'll have all the body parts with rows of scales and again use plenty of tape. And now give him some skin. For part 4, making the skin, you need bits of torn up tissue or kitchen paper and glue mixed in equal parts with water. Paint the glue mixture onto your crocodile and just slop it on like this. Then take your bits of tissue and lay them into the glue. Paint more glue mix on top of them. And the idea is to cover everything in one layer of glue mix and tissue. Just make sure you tuck it into all the nooks and crannies. When you've covered all of the pieces, leave them to dry so that you can paint them. Now it's best to give the whole thing a base coat of green paint. Then, how about yellow to pick out the raised detail? Just dab it on. Then you could mix some darker colours to shape the nostrils. And how about some yellow eyes with black slits? And when you've painted all the details on all your croc parts and let them dry, it will look something like this. And all you have to do is set him free to swim around your carpet or floor. And you can even have a go at making other creatures. How about a little turtle made using the same technique but with 4 little feet? He looks very cute swimming around the floor, doesn't he? And if you haven't got much card or paper, you can always make a baby carpet croc. Oh. Try it yourself, a carpet croc. So there I was, clearing up. Look at this lot. Rubbish everywhere. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. Well, you know what I say? Recycle for a big heart attack.
Big heart attack, isn't it? Oh, yes, it's me, the head. And those break dancers really did look like they were having fun. Hey, I know another way to do a break dancer. Snap him in half.
Hey, look at this fantastic medieval Gothic writing. Isn't it beautiful? Now, medieval signwriters and their apprentices would practice for years to perfect their styles and techniques. Some even spent their lifetime perfecting their art. Well, I haven't got that long, so I'll show you how to cheat. The trick is to think curvy diamonds. I'll show you what I mean. Here's your ordinary diamond shape. Now you know how to draw a diamond. Now, here's a curvy diamond. If you just curve the lines on your diamond like that, you get, well, a curvy diamond. Now, the cheat is to do your medieval Gothic lettering using curved diamonds like this. Just use your pencil to design your letters, and you can alter them as you go. So here's how to do a T with different sized curvy diamonds. There's one. There's another one there. Nice and curvy. And then the long bit of the T down there like that. Like that. Okay, here's an L. The long bit. Again, just curving the lines on the diamonds, see? And one up there. And there's an L shape. And then if I add another couple of diamonds on, I've now got an E shape. And you can even put in some extra lines to make it really fancy. And then if you colour them in black, they look really medieval and Gothic-y. And it works for all types of lettering, capitals and lowercase like this. Here's an R shape. Now again, I'm going to use curvy diamonds. See that? All the lines are curvy. On the top of the R like that. And then a small T. Go down there like that. And up there. Across there for that bit of the T. And maybe curve it up there like that. Up there like that. Actually, it's a good one, that. And maybe one down here, like this. And just bend and shape your letters and your curvy diamonds to create really authentic letters. And with practice, you'll get them looking really medieval and Gothic-y. And don't forget, you can even add on some extra lines like that. Brilliant. And when they're coloured in black, they look absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Medieval art. And here's the whole alphabet created out of curvy diamonds, all using different sized diamonds and with a few added lines to make them look very ornate. And you can do medieval Gothic lettering for posters. You can back your books. It's really decorative, isn't it? Go on then, try it yourself. Create medieval Gothic lettering out of curvy diamonds.
Greetings! What a great all-day, world-day art attack tippy! Medieval lettering. And talking of lettering, have you any idea what the oldest letter still in use is? Well, it's the letter O. And that was first written nearly 4,000 years ago. Hey, I magicked up a medieval letter this morning. Do you want to see it? A medieval letter! Get it? A medieval letter!
You know, you can get ideas for your art stuff from anywhere. Walking down the street, going on holiday, even watching the telly. Do you know where I get some of my ideas from? The art attacks that you send in. They're brilliant. Thank you. And they're all in the Art Attack Gallery. Now, look at this. I love the contrasting colours of Todd's symmetrical picture. He's made it by folding and cutting shapes from 3 different coloured papers. Brilliant. Saskia's embroidered art attack is fantastic. She's used Hessian for the background and wool for the detail. I wonder if it's a self-portrait. Now, this traditional African image from Ellie is brilliant. Her strong use of vibrant oil pastels has given this art attack a modern, sort of graphic-y twist. And look at this. Sophia's Egyptian collage has been made from all sorts of bits and bobs. The shiny paper really catches the light beautifully, doesn't it? Yeah, really striking picture. Hey, and you know what? I bet it was really fiddly gluing all those things onto her artwork. But I know a great trick for gluing fiddly things. Rather than trying to use a paintbrush covered in PVA and risk covering everything in glue, watch this. Look at that. Glue everywhere. And you try to get something fiddly on there and you're getting glue over everything. Here's my trick. Use something you'd least expect. Use a cocktail stick. One of them. Now, cocktail sticks are fantastic for gluing on the most intricate and fiddly things. I'll show you. Look at that. They're great for just putting on tiny blobs of glue onto your picture so it doesn't go everywhere. And then you could even use it to pick up your tiny bits of art material. Now, I've got a little sequin here, and on it goes like that. Put it into position and just dab it down with the other end. And if you don't use enough glue the first time, you can always add a bit without ruining your picture. Nice one, Sophia. Thanks for that.
Now, Indigo's country scene of a tractor has been carefully completed in felt tips. Now, the loose colouring in style on the ground has helped to make it look all rough and muddy. And here's a big watch picture by Sarah. She's used half a picture from a magazine and painted in the other half. Fantastic. Hey, look at this. Here's a lovely painting by Esther Lee. The subtle colour and curvy shapes make this painting work really well. And here's a great abstract portrait from Daniel. The natural colours on the paints have been sponged on to add subtle texture. And look at this fab art attack from Jade. This mouth-watering 3D cardboard sculpture of her favourite meal is good enough to eat.
Yeah, what a great art attack, Jade. Hey, and all that food has given me a fantastic idea for a really individual art attack. How'd you fancy some egg and beans on toast? No, I haven't gone mad. Oh, there you go, toasted to perfection. Now, when it's cooled down, that's all right, just cover one side completely in PVA glue. And it's a bit like just spreading on some butter. Just slop it on. You cover the whole of one side, and when it's done, just leave it to dry. It may take a while, and then just flip it over and do exactly the same on the other side. And here's one that's completely dry, and when it's dry, you'll see it's gone nice and hard. And now you're ready for your toppings.
So, just use a pen or pencil to draw your topping on first. And why not start with a fried egg? Do the white bit first. Round it goes. And then the yolk. And don't forget the shiny bit. Then add on some baked beans. And when you've done them all, paint it. Now, it's best to use acrylic paint for this, as it's nice and thick. And here's a good tip. If you haven't got any acrylic paint, just mix some poster paint and a bit of PVA glue, and it'll have the same effect. And when you're painting it, try to make the food look as realistic as possible. Do a nice orangey yellow yolk with a highlight, just to make it shine, and then do your beans.
And when it's finished, you've got your egg and beans on toast. Great, isn't it? Try all sorts of toppings. How's about tomato and mushrooms on toast?
Or even the full works. My sort of meal.
And you know, you don't have to do foods. Toast makes a great canvas for all sorts of fantastic artwork. And I think the crust makes a real good frame for a picture. And it's a brilliant way of using up your stale bread. Try it yourself. Painted toast. Oh, and don't forget, you can check out the website for fact sheets on this and all the other art attacks in the show. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!